Why is praying so hard? Let's get into it. Prayer, just like anything else, is a habit that has to be built up. It's like a muscle that you have to build up. You have to strengthen it. You have to make it stronger, or it's not going to work optimally for you. Nobody wakes up one day and just knows everything there is to know about prayer. You have to learn what prayer is. There's different types of prayer. There's different styles of prayer. Everybody relates to God differently. Everybody talks to God differently. How I pray might not look like how you pray. I might not sound like you. I might not use the same kind of words you use, but prayer is individual to a person. It's personal. You learn how to relate to God. You learn how to talk to God. How do I do that? I get to know God. I get in the Word. I start reading about Him, learning about His personality, learning about His nature. Once I get to know God, I learn that style of communication that God has. The way that God talks to me personally isn't the way that God talks to other people. I know, because in conversation I figure this out. God will say certain things to me, or He'll use certain kind of words to me that He don't use with other people. Well, prayer is the same way. The way that I pray is individual to me. The way that you pray is individual to you. But you have to learn how to relate to God through prayer. If you don't get into the habit of praying, you don't develop that muscle. It's hard to endure in prayer. You might pray for 5 minutes and then you're all tired out, but then you don't pray again for 3 days, and then you go to pray again and it's hard to even last 2 minutes where you previously lasted 5. Or you might get built up to a point where you can pray for an hour, but then you stay out, you don't pray for a while, and then you get out of the habit, and then next thing you know, you can't even endure for 30 minutes, 20 minutes. You have to build it up. It requires discipline. It requires a commitment. Even though you might not have a feeling, you might not feel like praying, or you might not feel like God is listening to you, or you're saying the right things. Endure. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's your endurance. It's your commitment. It's your willingness to keep at it that helps you grow that connection with God. And then it becomes easy to pray because God is somebody you regularly talk to. He's like one of your friends. It's easy to talk to your best friend every day because that's your best friend. You know them, you talk to them, you're comfortable with them. Same with God. If you're not comfortable, if you don't know Him like that, it is hard to talk to Him because He's somebody you don't know. You don't know what to pray, but you read the Bible. You learn the things that God feels passionate about. You learn what's important to God. You begin to pray those things. You begin to pray in accordance to those things. You build yourself up, and this is how you become more efficient, comfortable with prayer.